Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Oindrila and I'm a full-time PhD student in Environmental Engineering at the University of Maryland, Baltimore County. So this is a little speaker that I got because my computer here doesn't have a speaker and it's very hard to put on headphones all the time. Sometimes I like to work with a little bit of music, which is you can barely hear it, but it sort of gives you a calm environment. It helps me a lot when I'm writing something. And since I'm doing a lot of writing right now, I like to bring a little speaker. Mental Organic Chemistry book. Um, I bought it for myself, but I think since I'm spending a lot of time in the lab, it's probably helpful to have it handy in the lab while I'm writing the paper because there are some concepts that I need to brush over, and that includes some of the thermodynamics concepts. Yeah, especially that. So it's better to have this book handy. So this goes somewhere here. And I got some snacks for my labmates. So I'm going to put it on the lab refrigerator so that everybody can have it. Happy Tuesday. And today is going to be all figures. I'm going to finish updating all the figures. I think yesterday, a majority of yesterday was spent in um, basically going over the code once again, and there was a minor change in the code. So I was curious to see if that had a major impact on the results, but thankfully it did not. So I'm going to keep the figures as they are and just going to add them to the paper today and finish off the supplement. And yeah, hopefully I send it to my advisor by tonight. We have one of the graduate students' PhD defense today, and I hope to attend it. That's sometime around noon, I think. The other thing I want to work on is the cover letter. I haven't been able to work on the cover letter yesterday, so I hopefully can work on it today. We'll see. And today is International Women's Day, so to all the women out there, cheers. Um, May we do more good work with the coming years and more power to us. I am mainly working on my first manuscript all of this week, but I have also been planning and preparing to apply for this internship position for graduate and PhD students who are interested in scientific communication through visuals. I was kind of splitting my time working between the manuscript and a portfolio for the internship application. Working on research findings is one of the most fearful moments for me when I was actually getting to assess my work. I realize I always have the tendency to doubt myself, and I went back and checked my code 1,000 times, imagining I have some glaring error somewhere. It took me in the loop of never really trusting my results, and so I always ended up spending way too much time on something I have already worked on before.
There is such a fine line between feeling confident with your result and not overclaiming your understanding of things, which can open a whole new book of questions that you actually do not have answers to. You fall within that line, you are safe, you know things. Beyond that line, you feel you have entered a no man's land and you are oblivious of anything that is beyond your research. And you realize how little you actually know, and you end up feeling more stupid than ever. All throughout working on this paper, I kept questioning myself, how much about the whole research topic do I actually know? Because this is the moment when I need to be absolutely honest with myself. The sooner I realize my knowledge gaps, the faster I can adapt and learn. But I also thought, is there an end to it? Is there an end to how much I can learn?
Hello, happy Wednesday. Um, as you can see, I'm in my office right now, and I came in a little late today because I was kind of exhausted from last night. I sent out the manuscript to my advisor last night, and then um, yeah, I couldn't do anything else because it took up way longer than I thought it would. Even correcting all the diagrams, even though they were previously made, I had to make some changes to each of them and sort of make them consistent with the writing. So it took up a little longer than I thought. But anyway, the manuscript is out there right now to my advisor. I think after he gives me some edits, I can finally start working on we are going to have some back and forth before we finally submit it, but I hope this time things look better than the last draft because I rewrote almost the entire paper, so finger crossed.
One of my lab mates, Matthew, got a microscope for his teenage nieces and brought it to the lab for us to play around with it a little. There were about 35 prepared slides in a box that he got, but we were way too enthusiastic, so we ended up scraping off some biofilm and algae from our newly installed fish tank and made our own slides and looked at them under the microscope. It was a fun experiment, I would say. The manuscript being complete from my end, I got some time to start my experiments. The samplers have been loading this entire time, so I finally took out a couple of them at the end of about 2 weeks of loading. You can see me starting my first extraction on them. Usually involves wiping them dry before dunking them into the solvent with sodium sulfate to absorb any remaining moisture, and finally adding a specified amount of surrogate to check at the end how much of the sample is lost in all the processing steps. Initially, for months, I have faced issues with consistent homogeneous loading, and so I'm always super paranoid about checking the loading on my samplers. Hopefully, things don't look too bad this time.